Hi everybody, welcome back to In The Huddle. I'm Jillian Kushner. I hope y'all watched that Super Bowl, because that last 5 minutes was amazing. Oh, wow. That was a great end to the football season, truly was. So today we are talking about basketball. I told y'all we are going to focus on basketball once football's over, and here it is. Going to start with basketball basics. Will be a couple parts, but today's going to be part 1. So before you go, please subscribe below and like the link in the description box, and stay tuned to find out about the basketball basics. So first things first, there's professional basketball and then college basketball. You have the NBA and then just college basketball. It's the same game. There's some slight rule changes as per usual. In the NBA, you have quarters. They are 12-minute quarters, so that's that difference. In college basketball, you have halves, and they're 20-minute halves. I don't know why they do that. Really, I don't know. Maybe they're college athletes, so they play less. I don't know. Question for somebody else. I don't know if that 8 minutes really makes a difference. I couldn't tell you. But yes, that's how those games are split up. Let's get really basic. The point of basketball is to get the ball in the hoop. That's it. So, you have your opponent's hoop and then your hoop, and you try to score in the basket. You try to put the ball in the basket. That's the simplest way to break down what basketball is. So there are 3 different ways to score points in basketball, and to understand that, you have to understand kind of the markers on the court. Like in football, you have the yardage, the yard lines. In basketball, you don't have that. We have other little markers to define where you are on the court. So right underneath the basket is something we call the paint. It's called the paint because most courts are painted right there. I know, complicated stuff right there. Alright, so the paint is right underneath the basket. That's kind of a marker you'll hear people talking about in the paint, points in the paint, stuff like that. You have the free throw line, which is outside of the paint, but still in the 3-point arc. And so next is the 3-point arc. The arc is, like I said, 3-point arc. So anything inside of the arc is going to be worth 2 points. Any shot made inside the arc is going to be worth 2 points. Any shot outside the arc is going to be worth 3 points. And then you have half court. If you shoot it from half court, it's still 3 points. It's just a really long 3-pointer. So inside the arc, 2 points. Outside the arc, 3 points. And then, of course, the third way to score points is a free throw. So free throws are all worth 1 point, but you can get multiple points from a free throw. We'll talk about this more when I talk about the fouls in basketball, which is going to be a different basketball basics video. But depending on the foul, shows how many shots you make at the free throw line. So if you get fouled shooting a 2-pointer, then you will shoot 2 free throws. Unless the ball goes in, then you would be shooting something we call an and one. You can get an and one from shooting a 2-pointer, shooting a 3-pointer, it doesn't matter. So then you could make it a 4-point play potentially, or a 3-point play. In basketball, there's also this thing called the shot clock. So it's similar to the play clock in football. You have to get your shot in before this time expires. In college basketball, the shot clock is 30 seconds, which is it's so long. But they just shortened it. It used to be 35 seconds, so it's a lot better, but still way too long. In the NBA, it's 24 seconds, which I think is the perfect amount of time. Again, I don't know why they give the pros less time. I guess they think college players can't handle that less than 6 seconds. I don't know. It's not a question I can answer for you. And then, of course, there are 5 players on the court at all times for each team, so 10 players total. We will break down in depth what each of the players do. The roles of players are kind of not as concrete as they used to be. It's very fluid now. You have these different positions, but people can kind of do different things. It's not the same way it is in football, where the quarterback throws the ball, the running back runs, the wide receiver catches. In basketball, it's very fluid and multidimensional. You can do many things as a player. So that kind of makes it a little more complicated. So we'll do a whole video on that so y'all can really understand, who plays these positions, and give y'all some names so you kind of can relate to the positions to people. Might make it a little bit easier. And while I briefly mentioned fouls, I should let y'all know that you can only get 5 personal fouls in basketball. So in football, you get penalized, but it doesn't you don't have a track record. In basketball, you have a track record when you get a foul. So each foul is tabbed up, and then if you get more than 5, you are out of there. You are ejected from the game. Football, I kind of wish football did that, because I feel like some players get called for the same penalty over and over and over again, and they just keep on committing it because they're still in the game. So I think that really makes basketball different, is people feel the pressure when you have these 2 strikes against you, or 3 strikes against you. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Thursday to talk about the big games this weekend. And it's all basketball. We're only talking basketball from here on out. Well, not for permanent, but y'all get what I'm saying. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.